It's time to brighten your Disney day with another episode of the Castle to Castle podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Castle to Castle podcast, where we are here to brighten your Disney day. You're on with Jennifer.
And Ron.
And Kat.
And today we have a lot of things in store. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about news. News segment, people.
Woo! Really with news tonight, the one big thing that I want to point out is that 2025 deals are starting to unfold and pop out. So if you guys are thinking about doing Disney World or Disneyland in 2025, hit up RJT Travels and let us know. They just started rolling out new discounts on hotels, on kids' tickets. Disney Visa's running some deals on Disneyland hotels. Like, I've got all kinds of things that are coming in right now with all the new promos. So make sure to hit us up if you guys are thinking about a trip. We want to get you the best price we can, get you all those promos, and get you set in. So don't forget, 2025 pricing is now open with the pricing was open, but the discounts are now popping out. We're seeing new promos come up and all kinds of new stuff for 25. So hit us up.
Don't forget your holiday season for 2024 still.
And we still have holiday season for 2024.
Hit us up for that.
There's still time.
There is still time.
There is still time. But either way, I've got promos for 24. I got promos for 25. I got promos. Come see me. But outside of that, since Kat kind of teed that off, the lovely choral Songs of Jen album coming soon.
We're going to take ourselves to Hollywood Studios for a little Jollywood night.
I was going to say Jollywood Studios.
Oh, okay. I feel like I'm like, don't tell me I said something wrong.
They renamed it.
They renamed it.
They dropped all the stuff a few weeks-ish ago for Jollywood Nights this year. So we've been kind of going over all that. And since Jollywood Nights is still new, last year was the first year. Jen and me both, well, actually all three of us, we did go down and do Jollywood Nights last year. So we kind of know what's there. So there's some new stuff they're doing. There's some stuff they're bringing back, some changes that they made to stuff, which is great. I honestly think these are good enhancements. I think this is what Disney should have been doing. They take their base model, learn from last year, and then kind of step up their game, fix things that they
from here.
Yeah, exactly. So things in that. So there's all kinds of new stuff, starting with they're adding a new skating spectacular show.
I am very excited for this and cannot wait until like the opening night of the party to see like how are they actually going to do this.
Yeah, I'm really curious how this is going to go, because the description they give in here, it says guests can get ready to see the artistry and beauty of ice skating shows in the middle of Florida. This year, Jollywood Nights brings a brand new experience. Can't miss Glisten, a stunning skating show right on Hollywood Boulevard. The interesting part is it doesn't tell us where on Hollywood Boulevard.
Right.
Like, is this going to be?
It's got to be like a float, is my money, because like you got to keep it cold.
Yeah,
it's skating.
I don't know if it's going to be like that synthetic wax that they have.
I didn't even think about that.
Well, because when people practice to ice skate, they will actually have these wax tiles that you put together that you can skate around on. But when you think about it, even in December, like it can get pretty hot during the day.
Yeah. That
they would have to have some type of awning going over it from the Florida sun, not melting the ice and really cranking it up. So I don't know if it's going to be like a little, almost like how they have like Indiana Jones, where you've got like there's outside still, but there's like a pavilion-ish type thing built over it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It'll be interesting, though.
But they're claiming international champion skaters. They perform breathtaking routines from vibrant holiday soundtracks, including original songs and Disney favorites like Be Our Guest and Wish Upon a Star.
That's going to be fun.
Disney on Ice in the parks.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. They're literally putting Disney on ice in the parks. It's going to be cute. But besides the skating show,
Muppets are returning, and we're so happy about that, because when they originally were talking about Jollywood Nights, there was no sign of the Muppets, and we already know that they're not as present in the parks like they should be, so we are very happy they're bringing them back for their stage show. Scroll back up. I forgot this. What it's called?
Holidays in Hollywood.
Yes, Holidays in Hollywood. So it's going to be kind of like they're filming a variety show on the Beauty and the Beast soundstage. where they do normally Beauty and the Beast during the day. And they have Mickey and friends come out on stage. There are dancers, holiday songs are being sung, and it's just a very nice show. It's something different that you can't see during the day, which is special.
Yeah. And the other show, they are bringing back this show, right?
Yes, I can't wait. The Nightmare Before Christmas sing-along of What's This? The Halloween
this?
Halloween
What's this?
Christmas takeover. My 2 favorite holidays. Yay! Thank you.
No, I'm excited for that. That show was really cute last year. It was very cool. The giant Jack Skellington was really, really fun to see. I was impressed with that. Second to that, they are bringing back some of the Pixar characters and doing the dancing party again. This honestly was a little bit of a letdown for me last year. I'm not going to lie. Like, they said, oh, we're doing a Pixar themed dance party. And it was really kind of like, oh, okay. But they are adding Joy this year, who wasn't there last year. It was Frozone and Edna Mode last year.
Yes.
Those two are back, but they added Joy, and they're claiming other Pixar pals, which I'm guessing is probably going to be like Mr. and Mrs. Incredible and maybe Mike and Sully.
Woody, Buzz, like
or
anyone.
I'm sorry, Woody and Buzz. That's better.
Anyone,
I was like, how do you have someone small enough to go in the Mike Wazowski costume?
They do. They did they have that dance. Well, we went to the dance party, Merry
that's
Christmas
right,
party.
Oh my gosh.
They did.
He's always on the
I
parade.
didn't think about that.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're gonna have both of the shows back, which is fun. They're doing the dance party again, so that'll be fun. Though honestly,
Good thing for little kids, but it's always just a fun way to get pictures too, because it's not as crowded over there.
Yeah.
So you're able to interact with the characters longer and get more pictures.
and get some good pictures. Yeah.
The Tip Top Club is returning, and this one was really special because they had a live jazz band play, and then there was a singer last year. This was one of my favorite parts. And what was really cute is like there were like these old couple that was dressed in these like nice, like pretty costumes. They were all dancing with each other. Just a fun, cool thing for, the guests. And then there was also professional dancers, I think, that they were sprinkling within the crowd too, just to get people up and dancing. So that's something fun and special. Also, that does not happen during the day. That will just be at the party and at night.
And that's happening at the Brown Derby.
No, this is going to be below the Tower of Terror.
Okay, but I think they're adding it to the Brown Derby.
Oh, well, I know in the Brown Derby was the area where you it was almost like a queue you had to sign up for or something last year for getting the food. And I know that was a big complaint because there was not enough people who could get in and out of it for people to get the special food offered there.
Got it. Okay.
So, I'm not sure if they're combining or what they're doing with that this year. So I guess we'll have to see opening night.
Makes sense.
Other nice parties, they're moving the nighttime show Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam to earlier because some of us were so tired last time. We're
Jingle
like,
bell, jingle
do
bam.
I want to stay? Do I
You
want
and
to
Jingle
stay?
Bell, Jingle Bam.
It's so tinsel.
I'm
That's what they'd say.
I know.
It's so tinsel.
Somebody help me. I was very excited that they moved this to 10. I think Kat was right on the money. Like when we did it last year, we stayed till midnight to watch the show, but it was like 12:30 and the show's over.
Yeah.
You were just exhausted. You didn't want to stand anymore. You were just done with life. You were ready to go home and crash. Like I'm happy because the other part too that I didn't like, since it was at midnight and the show and the party was done at midnight, everybody that was in Hollywood Studios was pushed into that center square.
There was a lot of people.
You didn't have a choice. Like, oh, I don't care about Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam. I want to go ride Slinky, or I want to go ride Rise, or I want to go catch the 10 o'clock Muppet show because it's been pretty packed up until now. Like,
Right.
I think this adds some options, and I think this is something good to keep in mind, that if you're not overly like, I don't care about Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam, this is a good opportunity to go do something else in the party because a lot of people are going to kind of gravitate
Yeah, because they
there.
purposely would have the show start when the party technically ended. So that's the thing, you're going through the mob to either go to see the fireworks show or to actually leave the park.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm happy they did that. That was very nice. The other nice thing is, too, they are bringing back the photo ops and characters galore again. They're promising all kinds of characters. This year's event, guests can spot the Mandalorian in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Toy Story for fun with Bo Peep, Lotso. Plus, you get to meet Phineas and Ferb again. They are doing Santa Stitch and Santa Duffy again.
They were cute. I
those are all going to be there. The other thing is, too, they were teasing around. Like last year, they had Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers there, Powerline Max and stuff like that. So there's going to be all kinds of characters sprinkled all around. Last year, they did a lot of character meet and greets over by Indiana Jones and around the water, and they did a lot of meet and greets in the center in front of the Chinese theater. So if you are looking for specific characters, make your way over there. I only say that because from a party perspective, there was nothing in that corner, so we didn't really go there at first, and then later came back and realized, oh, this is where the meet and greets were, and this is where the characters were. So keep that in mind. It's going to be over by Indiana Jones in the water area. But then, like they said, they are doing Galaxy's Edge. You can go meet Mandalorian, which I think will be really cool. And Toy Story. They're going to have I was going to say Star Wars. Toy Story will be a lot of stuff, too.
I got excited. I saw my cookie.
I was just about to say, you got all excited when you saw the screen. You're like,
Gertie. They're bringing the Gertie cookie back.
Yeah, so they're bringing back some of the food offerings from last year, but then it also looks like they are still going to be bringing us some new snacks and festive treats.
Including the Gertie cookie.
Gertie cookie.
Honestly, I think
that was such a long line. I mean, I saw that last year and was like, I'll go do something else. It was so long of a line just for this cookie.
The cookie was cute. I don't know if
you said it wasn't like at 5 out of 5.
I was gonna say it's not like I would probably wait in that line again. It was a cute cookie,
Catherine's
but
like, nope.
I mean, she can give me the boo-boo face. You can wait in line all you want for the Gertie cookie. But speaking of snacks, the other interesting thing is this year, instead of getting a trinket, like an ornament or a coaster when you leave Jollywood Nights, they are doing champagne-flavored marshmallows in a Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy themed box.
I wonder if it's just champagne flavoring or if it's actual alcohol.
No, I'm thinking it's champagne flavoring because they can't be handing out marshmallows to kids that have champagne in it.
That's kind of, I thought
that would be a bad PR moment.
Do a 21 plus sign on it. Here, just give it to the adults.
They're not going to. They're not going to do that. But I think this one's
people be popping some marshmallows while driving back to their hotel.
This one's really interesting for me. I don't really.
It's strange.
I don't agree with it.
It's weird.
You could have picked a better flavor.
It's kind of random when you really think about it.
Well,
we're giving you flavored marshmallows to take home, guys.
I understand the champagne concept in it, but I don't understand the marshmallow.
No.
I guess last year, one thing I was super upset about with Jollywood Nights is there was almost no merch.
No merch.
It was just the inaugural T-shirt we both bought.
It was the T-shirts. We all bought T-shirts. But other than T-shirts, they didn't do pins. They didn't do hoodies. They didn't do ornaments. They did nothing. So I did appreciate when we left Jollywood Nights that there was an ornament that you got. Although we're debating now. I thought we got an ornament. She thought she got a coaster. But either way, we got something that said Jollywood Nights on it that was an actual physical token item. And I really liked that, knowing we didn't really get any merch with it. The marshmallows are just kind of like, okay, you get another snack to eat, which at that point, if you are indulging in Gertie cookies and the empanadas and all the other treats, like they had that peanut butter and jelly donut thing last year, which was great. But
this should be something that I feel like that Jollywood Nights needed to do something similar like Magic Kingdom does with like the cookie trail or like the cookie where you get all the treats and stuff. This could have been something that you could have gotten like within the park. Just given to you.
Do it in the party.
Yeah, or even like we'll give you each station get a different flavored marshmallow. I don't know, something. But like that's just random I don't know.
No, I'm there. It was very random to be like, we're not going to give you an ornament this year. You're getting marshmallows. Yeah, like I don't know. And the other thing is too, how good are these going to be? Like, what kind of longevity do they have?
I'm hoping they are going to be like in a sealed bag inside the box because those are going to be so hard and stale if they give it to you just in this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they give it to you that night and you're like, oh, it's midnight, I'm full, I don't need the sugar, and you eat it, like, is it in 24 hours going? I'm hoping you're right.
It's going to turn into a Lucky Charms.
I really think they'd have, like, the picture you see here, the picture doesn't show you in a bag, but I gotta believe it's gonna come in a sealed bag just from a food health standard perspective. I gotta believe it, because otherwise I'm like, these are gonna go bad in 24 hours. It's not even worth it if you're not going to eat them that night. So
See, yet again, we'll have to see night one what happens.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We'll have to see for night one.
We'll be trolling every online site. Okay.
And that's Saturday the 8th, I want to say. November 8th is the first Jollywood party.
Sounds about right.
I think
Sometime
so.
in
Yeah.
November.
Yeah.
I think it's the first. I think November 8th is it because it's Saturdays the 8th or the 15th. I think the
I
8th
want to
is
say
the.
you told me the 8th.
Yeah, I want to say it's the 8th. So I think it's the 8th. So we'll jump back on after the 8th and do. We were right. Or look, we were wrong. And God, look at how bad those marshmallows are. But that'd be interesting. But yeah, so that was Jollywood Nights kind of stuff. The other thing to keep in mind too with Jollywood Nights, things that we talked about in our review episode last year, but most of your rides are open. Obviously, like the Frozen show, the Indiana Jones show, the Beauty and the Beast show. Most of your shows aren't, but your
Yeah.
rides are. You can get on Slinky. You can get on Rock and Roller Coaster. You can get on
Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror. Good Lord. You can get on Runaway Railway. So you can do a bunch of the rides that you guys really enjoy at Hollywood Studios during the party. The other thing is, too, they are letting people in at 6 o'clock for the Hollywood party. So if you are going to get there early. Go ride a couple of rides before the party really kicks into full swing.
So I think the party starts at 7:30.
7:30. I was thinking it was 8. So either 7:30 or 8.
Yeah, 7:30, 8, something like that.
Something like that. And then I think maybe the party starts at 7:30 and the first set of shows start at 8.
Could be.
I'm thinking
something like
somewhere
that.
around there. So get there at 6. Enjoy the time. Get through some of the rides. You can go ride Rides of the Resistance, which we know never has a decent always has a decent line during the day, never has a quick in and out. Smuggler's Run, Slinky Dog, all those things
Yeah.
that normally would carry an hour, 2 hour wait, you'll probably get on in 20 minutes.
Yeah, or even walk-ons.
Or even walk on.
Yeah.
So it'll, like last year with Rock and Roller Coaster, I rode it 3 times in 5 minutes.
In a row, yeah.
Like literally, I just got off, ran through, got off, ran through, got off, ran through. She went to pee and I got off and went through it 3 times by the time.
It was kind of impressive, I won't lie. You're like, oh, I've ridden it like 3 times already. I was like, what?
Yeah, we literally just jumped off. Honestly, we asked them we just stay and go, and they're like, no, you got to get off. We're like, grrr.
Yep. So that's the perk of the party.
That is the perk of the
shorter
party.
lines, and you get a lot of cool experiences that
Yeah.
you don't get during the day.
No, for sure. So that's Jollywood Nights breakdown. I hope that kind of helped a little bit, kind of going over some of the stuff. Remember, there's still tickets for like literally every party, but the first party is not sold out yet. So there is still plenty of tickets available for the different Very Merry Christmas parties and Jollywood Nights shows. So if you guys do want to take a weekend, go down and do a Christmas party, hit us up, let us know. RJT Travels definitely would be there to help and get you guys whatever you need there. But at least I hope this kind of walked you through a little bit. Got you some of the updates and the new stuff and things like that. So we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be right back with today's Disney game. So stay tuned. Hey, welcome back, everybody, and thanks for hanging on to us through the break. We are now rolling into today's Disney game.
Yay!
And we actually have our guest host doing the Disney game. So, Kat, what are we playing today?
We are playing Disney trivia.
Love Disney trivia.
I do love me some good Disney trivia.
I love me some trivia.
Okay, are you ready?
We ready?
Yes.
You have to use your name to tell me you want to answer,
Sounds good.
and it's best of 10.
Okay.
Okay?
So just majority wins.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Do this.
Question numero uno. What is the name of the kingdom that the movie Frozen is set in?
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Arendelle.
Woohoo!
Dun, dun,
Well.
dun, dun.
Question numero dos. What is the newest international Disney park?
Ron,
Ronald,
Shanghai,
what year? For added bonus points, just
2016.
dang.
Hey.
Most impressive. Question number 3. Sorry, can't count. What was the first Disney Pixar film?
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Toy Story.
That is correct. Ooh, hang on. Sorry, kids. Okay. Question number 4. In Disneyland Resort, what is the fastest attraction?
Ron,
Ron.
bobsled.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Zhen?
So in Disneyland or Disney's California Adventure, was it specific?
So the person that wrote these said Disneyland Resort, but it would technically... Oh! You might get a casualty point for that one. Because it's a Disneyland Resort, which to like Jen's
Would
point...
count.
Jennifer.
Would count. Go
Is it going to
ahead.
be the Incredicoaster?
It is Incredicoaster.
I'm sorry, but I'm winning finally. It's been a while, folks.
Question number 5. Yeah, 5. In Frozen 2, what is the name of the spirit animal?
Oh no.
Oh, I'm so
Ron.
Ron.
Atahala?
Spirit animal.
Oh, I was thinking like the that's where they had to
That's
find
the name of the people.
Yeah. It's the little
The flamey thingy.
yeah.
Correct.
I don't know the way.
Ron.
Yes.
Salamander. It is a little
It's like calling Pascal a chameleon.
Oh, you want like its name?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
then
and I don't
remember. No, I don't remember that one at all.
Jen, are you forfeiting?
Yeah, I don't know it.
Okay, can I give you some help?
Just give us the answer.
Just tell us
It's
the
Bruni.
Bruni. Oh.
The question said
I didn't. There was no way I was
The
going to guess
question
that.
did say
No
fire
way.
spirit, but I was like, that gives it away way too.
Yeah, there was
easy.
no way I
was
would have guessed Bruni.
Yeah,
Neither one
no.
of you get a point there.
Darn.
In Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World, what ride replaced Mr. Toad's Wild Ride?
Ron.
Jonathan.
Ron.
Winnie the Pooh.
That is correct.
Let's go. I'm not out of this yet, baby.
Oh, random question, because you'll know the answer in all your Disney knowledge in that brain.
Sure.
Did they have a Snow White's dark ride in Disney World? Or
They
no?
did.
They did.
Oh,
That's
you
where the
said
Fairy
nice.
Tale Hall is currently.
Yeah, they took it out and built the hall, but they used to
like-
have one.
Everything they have in California, they had in Disney World, or no?
Not
No.
everything, but
It's like
the
no
s-
Pinocchios, but they had Snow White, but they had.
Right. They
Mr.
didn't. There was
Toad.
never a Pinocchio in Florida.
There was never an Alice in Wonderland. There
Right,
was never
but
that.
there was a Mr. Toad's, which got replaced with Winnie the Pooh, and there was a Snow White, which got replaced with Royal Hall.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question says, what were the 2 gifts that the fairies gave Princess Aurora on her first birthday?
Ron,
Ron.
beauty and wisdom.
And half a point. Kidding.
That's when they do the whole thing, and it's.
Yeah, and they do like
I
the
can
swirling.
see the scene.
My
of the
gift I
movie.
give to you is.
And then the bad lady comes in and says,
Yeah, because technically,
that's why she only gets 2 gifts instead of 3. Because I was like, what?
technically she does get all 3 gifts
Yeah,
because she didn't give her gift till after.
correct.
Oh,
Well, that one's good. 'cause
Ron,
Yes.
beauty and love.
No.
Dang.
They already loved her.
Yeah, my gift is the gift of love.
But beauty was right though, because that's
Beauty
just
is
it.
correct.
Beauty is right. I remember that.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna kick myself when you say this answer too. It's not wisdom. It's not love.
I keep playing that scene in my head over and
I
over
know,
again,
like, I
trying to
keep-
remember what.
Guess what we're watching later, kids?
I give you the gift of royalty. Oh.
No,
Too late for that one.
I don't know.
So the answer is beauty and song.
Ah.
Oh,
Neither one of you gets that. So the current score is 3 to Jennifer and 2 to Ron.
Oh, so close.
okay.
And next question is, in what park did the first Snow White ride appear?
Ron,
Ron.
Disneyland.
Correct. That was a silly question because I'm like, where else would it be? Because
Well, no, because it was gonna say, did it? What park? Meaning, like, did it show up in Magic Kingdom first, in a sense, and Disney World, or did it show up
yeah,
in?
but Disneyland.
No, but
Land.
it showed up in
But
Land
Disneyland
first.
opened first, so I'm like, why would
Yeah,
you-
but
But it
Snow
might
White
not have been
wasn't
an
an
opening
opening day
attraction.
attraction.
really?
I don't think it was.
I don't
I
thi- I- I
might be wrong.
I know Alice was, but I don't know about Snow White.
Like I very well might be wrong, but I don't quote me.
We'll have to look that up.
Yeah, that
The
one we'll have
things
to
we
look
learned,
up.
kids. The things we learned.
The actual Disney historian is not here.
Correct. Okay. So next question is, what is Gus the mouse's real name? And I can play this part perfectly in my head.
It's not good.
Ron,
Yes, Ron.
Gustavo.
No.
This is another one for a mug. Remember when we kept talking about the from the other movie, from the other trivia game?
They call me. Ah.
Oh man, what? What's Gus's real name? Mouse.
Mortimer.
I don't
It is
know.
They
not.
call me Gus Gus.
Gus Gus.
I don't. Remember.
I don't know.
Okay, so she gets him. He's still in the cage, and she says, "I know, Octavius."
What? This is another one that we need to make a show.
We gotta go watch our.
Octavius.
Okay, we gotta go watch
I
our
know. We'll name him
classics.
Octavius.
Yeah,
What?
we gotta go watch our classics
But we'll
again.
call
I'm
him
blowing a
Gus.
Sleeping Beauty question. I'm blowing a Cinderella question.
Those classics for you.
Octavius. Oh my
Okay,
god.
one of you has to get this right, or else we're gonna have big problems because you're tied 3-3.
Okay.
So for the win,
For the win.
how many value resorts on Disney World property?
Ron. 5.
That is correct.
Oh, the travel agent question for the sneak away win.
I was gonna have to go through the list in my head fast. Dang it!
Ooh, and for added fun, Mr. Travel Agent, how many Disney properties in total in Disney World?
How many Disney
How many resorts?
properties or how many Disney resorts?
Ooh, what's different?
What are you asking?
I don't know. You tell me. What's
Well, you say
different.
properties. There's technically, you really want to get technical. There's 6 parks, but
properties, places I can stay and sleep at.
So just say resorts.
So resorts.
Yes.
That's 18.
Thought there was more than that, but okay.
I would have to go through
It
the
throws you
list.
off because, like, technically, like there's 2 at Contemporary because you Bay Lake Tower,
Mm-hmm.
which is a DVC thing. It's at Contemporary, but it is treated as its own because it's a deluxe.
So you're gonna sit here and tell me when they build the Polynesian DVC, technically you will have the Polynesian.
Well,
and
there's
Polynesian.
there's the deluxe and the deluxe villas.
So then I will have 3.
Yeah, like Animal Kingdom has technically 2 villas on it, and they have then Animal Kingdom
Complicated.
Lodge, and then so like there's like
I'm sorry I asked this question, folks.
there's like I believe it's 8. Don't quote me, but I believe it's 18 properties, and then there's 31 total available
individual,
stays.
like,
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you've got
Contemporary.
five values: the 3 All Stars, Art of Animation, and Pop. Going into
Art
your
of Animation though, it got taken away.
It's not a mid tier yet.
going
though.
into your moderates, you've Caribbean Beach, Coronado Springs, the Wilderness campgrounds, and then so that makes 8. And then shift into your deluxes, you have Contemporary, Polynesian, Wilderness Lodge, Animal Kingdom Lodge, and Grand Floridian. So that makes 13, right?
Did you do French Quarter?
No, French Quarter, Riverside.
I thought those were moderates.
They were.
You forgot.
I
Oh,
forgot
okay.
those
Yeah.
2. So we were at 13. So that's 15. Then you have Saratoga Springs, and you have
You did Coronado
that's
Springs.
16. I did Coronado Springs.
Were we counting Shades of Green in this too?
No.
And Old Key West. And
Old Key West I
West.
missed. That's 17.
You have the
I know I'm
beach
missing one.
beach club.
Beach
Oh.
Club, Yacht Club.
Beach and Yacht Club, Boardwalk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that makes 20. So there was obviously more than 18.
Yeah.
So-
Do they count Swan and Dolphin are on property or no? Because they're like kind of, but
They're
not
Disney
really.
property, but they're
yeah.
not.
Yeah,
property.
so there's like 20.
There's a lot of technicalities to this, people.
Yeah, we're somewhere we're north of 20. If you count Swan and Dolphin, 22.
Yeah, it's like for some reason I thought at one time you told me 36, but I was like,
Well, like I said, though, if you count the villas as their own thing, you're in the 30s, but it's not 30 properties. There's just different
different options. to
breakdown.
stay at.
Yeah, but like the villas are separate bookings. Like you would book Kajani Village villas versus booking Animal Kingdom Lodge.
All right, don't confuse
Or you
the
would
people.
book Bay Lake
just,
Tower
just
versus
call RJT
Contemporary.
Travels for all your travel needs.
We're getting there. I mean, I'm rattling these off, man. I'm there. For not having any prep on that question, I'm rolling,
You
man.
got this. Just call him.
And that's called improvisation, folks.
So I took the win today. Super excited. Although that was a very close game. Jen's getting better at this. She's getting close. She's gonna start smoking us, and then we're gonna have problems. But so we're gonna take a second here from the game. Let Jen kind of lick her wounds a minute, and I'm gonna enjoy my win.
I'll go cry in the corner.
And we'll be right back with today's discussion topic. So stick with us. Hey, thanks for hanging on with us through the break here. And now we're going to jump into today's discussion topic. Today's topic, we're taking a little bit of a different approach. My question I'm posing out to everybody is, what is something that Disney can learn from Universal? And what is something you think Universal can learn from Disney? We're getting Epic Universe. There's really a battle heating up between Disney and Universal as far as not only who is the best theme park, but things that they're doing, things that they're changing. You're seeing Disney start to basically chase Universal a little bit, and Universal's finally worked up to be that leading, hey, we're doing all these new things, look at us. So I thought it was interesting to kind of pose the question, what do you think Disney should be instead of they're chasing Universal, but what's something that they should be doing to help bridge that? And what do you think something Universal could be doing that people at Disney love? Where are we seeing improvements from the two?
Who would like to start?
Who would like to start?
Am I taking this one?
Yeah,
So which
jump
side
first.
are we going to? Are we taking?
You pick first. Disney or Universal? Which one needs to learn something?
I think Disney needs to take from Universal.
All right. What
Okay.
are we thinking?
So I personally love when you go to Universal and you go into Diagon Alley, you go into the Harry Potter land, like you feel like you're part of the movie. Mm-hmm. Just give me a robe, give me a wand, and let's go. You could start like go get your robe and then go to Ollivander's, and it's truly amazing how much
How
I feel
immersive it
they're
is.
pulling from the movie of someone gets chosen to pick their wand, like especially and hand chosen, and it's very cool experience. I mean, Disney's trying, like Pandora is pretty awesome, where you get plucked and put into Pandora, and they did the same thing with like Toy Story Land. They tried to pluck you in and put in Andy's backyard, but I feel like they could use more grass back there,
They need more shade. back
more
there.
shade back there.
More trees.
And the same thing with like Batu is they tried to pluck you and put you in like a Star Wars
In the Galaxy's
area.
Edge, yeah.
But I just feel like Harry Potter, like from the second you get off the train for King's Island or King's Landing, King's Island, it's not King's Island.
King's Cross.
Thank you. Like you don't skip a beat, and even being on the train, like you feel like you're part of the movie, and like just scenes you've seen, and
Yeah.
just kind of amazing. So I need more like pluck me, put me there, and make me forget that I'm even in a theme park and the whole dragon on the bank.
So you want to see Disney doing more immersive lands rather than just new attractions?
Yeah, honestly, kind of, because I like feeling like you're no longer in the park, you're in a movie.
Okay.
Like, where you always, like, it's a little, like, imagine being a kid, like, I'm going to show my 9-year-old Harry Potter, and we're going to go to Universal and just watch their mind be blown of, like, this truly coming to life. It's no longer just,
Yeah.
this movie that I see and think is cool.
Right. And I know people can argue, well, Disney has been doing their different lands, but Universal has, kind of triumphed over how immersive it can be. And we were saying, like, the most immersive ones are going to be Galaxy's Edge and Pandora.
Yeah.
My problem with Pandora, though, it's hard. I can't blame Disney for this, but I feel like you turn around and it's like, oh, there's Everest. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I love the immersiveness. I think Universal wins on the immersiveness, though Pandora is amazing.
Oh, also Cars Land.
Yeah, actually, I think if you were really going to make a comparison
yeah.
in immersiveness, I think Radiator Springs wins compared to anything.
Yeah.
I don't think Disney World has it. Galaxy's Edge, yes, they have Galaxy's Edge. They really immerse the Star Wars there. I'll give them that. But I think Radiator Springs wins. When you walk down that road and you see the rides and the buildings and the
So
theming,
adorable.
you forget you're necessarily in Disney.
Yeah.
You're just in Radiator Springs. And like with Harry Potter, when you walk down Diagon Alley, all the tall buildings, you don't see anything of Universal. You don't see any Universal anything. You only see shops, buildings, restaurants, everything themed to the Harry Potter world. And that is honestly, I will say, if Disney does learn that lesson, I really hope they do it with the Disney Villains Land that they're promising.
1000%.
How cool would that be if we really
Yeah.
get that immersive with it?
That would be insane.
That would be cool, but I feel like it'd be hard because, like, you're taking all your villains and you're moshing them together. So it's like, here's like Hades' lair, here's like Ursula's lair, here's like Harry Potter was like a whole city in itself.
In
So
itself,
I will
it's its own-
appreciate the, like, we're actually coming to, like, reality, if you will. Like, everything that we ever imagined and, like, moshed together as kids has finally become real. But it's like,
Yeah.
it's kind of cool how they took Harry, like, it's hard because
The
it's all
immersiveness that it
animation.
is. Yeah, no, I don't
Animation
blame.
versus the live action.
I think
So.
Universal when it comes to the immersiveness of it. Now, see, it's funny because then if you take a step out of Harry Potter, I think Universal loses the immersiveness
It does.
battle.
It truly does. But
Like you're walking around the different rides and like you have Men in Black next to Simpsons and next, like, there's no theming there. It is just a true amusement park. You get into something like Seuss Land, that's very themed and you're back into that immersion. But it's funny where Universal's really like either they dialed it to 100 or they didn't dial it at all. Like you're kind of one or the other there. And then with the new Minions Land, they helped with that, but I don't think that's true immersion. I think that's like a Disney level
Shrek
immersion.
And, like,
yeah.
Shrek and Minions. It's- Yeah.
Okay, so you think Disney needs to work on their immersions. Jen, what about you? Disney or Universal?
I was going to be going from the same thing, what Disney can learn from
Universal. Okay.
So for me, one of the things that sticks out at Universal is when they do like their tribute store, other gift shops where it's like ultra uber themed, where you're totally immersed in. They have like props. They have a whole room like really kind of decorated towards maybe an anniversary of something, celebrating like if you say like the Universal Monsters, things like that. I feel like that Disney could like designate a gift shop corner somewhere where they could like really constantly doing like a pop-up shop where you're constantly changing things, where you're making your shop more immersive. They can bring out stuff from the archives where, say if it's an anniversary for a movie, like say it's Mary Poppins, they can go and get stuff from, the archives. They have stuff on display to turn it into almost like a little museum. If it's an animated features, say like Tarzan, like how I bought the Tarzan 25th merch, you could have like cells out, you can have other things and just make it more of an immersive celebration instead of just constantly be like, here's a cardboard sign, here are 5 merchandise pieces, and that's it. Because that's what always sticks out to me when I see videos online of when they walk through Universal is going to be like those very immersive themed,
especially when it's Halloween,
stops.
They pull out all the stops.
Yeah.
That is an interesting thought process. Like Disney really, with their gift shops, they don't like, they don't do anything.
No. And here's the other thing. When they have been doing all of their refurbs, think of like when they did stuff with the big World of Disney in Disney Springs, they are like dubbing it down where it's the buildings are not as decorative anymore.
Yeah.
Think of even when we were little with our mall with the Disney store.
Right.
You had it where they had like the figures all around the ceiling. It was just so
It was
like Disney in
Disney-esque.
your face.
Yeah.
Then like when they redid the Disney store after a while with our mall, it was very minimalistic.
Right.
And that's what's happening when they're doing all their refurbs in a sense with their hotels, with their stores and shops. It's all going to be more basic. Like think of when
I was thinking when they redid Big Tent, because didn't that like catch on fire?
Yeah, when Big Tent
I feel like
caught
they
on fire.
really kind of like could have upped that and played into the circus more,
theme,
and they really just kind of
It's just a big tent.
dropped on
yeah.
that
But
one.
see, in a way, you could say Disney did have that kind of going on for them, and then it kind of scaled it back. I do remember when we were at one of the gift shops at Disneyland. Remember how there was like a little train going around?
Yeah,
one of the gift
yeah,
shops,
yeah.
and then there was all of these, like you would say, like
It's part
the
of their
characters
emporium.
and toys and stuff. It was it was that immersive atmosphere that we were used to when we were growing up, going into the Disney store at the mall. When we went into the Disney shops years ago in the parks, now it's like very like I said, minimalistic. It'll be a big huge sign that says mugs. That's their decoration,
Right.
Stuff like that.
You bring up an interesting point when we talk about some of that. Like, how fun would it be to see a pop-up shop in Adventureland for Tarzan's 25th, or like to see I'll use Winnie the Pooh as an example. The Winnie Pooh gift shop, it is literally like a giant stuffed animal warehouse. Like that's really 90% of what's in that gift
That's like
shop.
all they sell.
Yeah, it's like all they sell is why isn't the Winnie the Pooh shop having more merch, more different merch? Like I know they have a couple of mugs and like
There'll be like your bath, like there'll be like
They
bath
had-
toys, like
they
the
had
characters and
socks
stuff,
or some
and
random stuff. But like, I feel like you could do a lot more with Disney gift shops, and you're right, they are kind of dumbing them down. I get Emporium because it's so big, you just need to have everything you do there. That I get, but more of the smaller shops. What I wish, spinning to that. I wish that you go into a gift shop and they're like, oh, well, we don't have it here, but it's at Emporium or it's at
World of Disney.
World of Disney, or what's the Connections in Epcot, and like it's the same gifts, it's the same merch in all 4 parks, and it's all the main gift shops they have them. But then you go to some of the smaller ones, and like, oh, we don't have it here, but it'll be up at the front at Emporium, and it's like, why aren't these gift shops being any bit of unique? Why are we seeing the
Yes.
same merch?
It's very true. That is what is happening. It used to be like, well, I guess you would still say like Pirates is like this. When you get off the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, it's just there's a ton of the Pirates merch.
Exclusive
stuff
merch.
like that. When you get off of Haunted Mansion, that other separate building,
At Memento Mori.
yes, you have it being a ton of
Exclusive
haunted
haunted
merch. But there are so many gift shops that it's like it's random, and it's just like a cluster of
Yeah.
many different things. That it's true there is no uniqueness,
Listen,
Yeah.
I love and hate that all at the same time, though.
which is true
because
because
if
then
I
you know
want something from Memento Mori, and I watch Happily Ever After, I'm ready to go. They don't want me pushing back to Memento Mori to go get whatever I wanted, but I didn't want to carry it all day because it's a glass
and
plate or
that's
something.
where it comes back to. We need stuff to be able to ship to the front of the
Yes.
park or ship it home again. I hate that they got rid of it.
So I love and hate it because I'm like, it's like we had that issue in France. Like we
Yeah,
had that Ratatouille statue.
Yeah.
And they only had it back in the France Pavilion. It's like, okay, we either buy this now or we buy it never.
Right.
And carried it around all day.
And then we ended up buying it now.
Yes.
So is that what it's kind of like at Universal? Do they have, like, when I was talking about like the very specific theme shops, that was going to be the uniqueness of that's the only
Yeah.
spot, or do they have it where it's the same
They have a
thing?
main gift shop, but they do a lot more like it's unique to the area that you're in gift shop. Like you want Minions stuff, you're going to go over to Minions Land to get your Minions merch. You want Dr. Seuss stuff, go back into that main gift shop in the front is more what I'll call generic Universal merch. Overall, like Universal Orlando Resort merchandise and stuff like that. It's not, whereas in Emporium, you're going to find the same pins in the front of Emporium that you would have found in the same gift shop in Adventureland and the same one
Right.
over at Tomorrowland and so on.
Would you say though that Disneyland might do and California Adventure might do a little bit better job with that? Meaning, like when you're on Pixar Pier, they have it's like
Yeah.
you
That's
have
where
your
you find your
ton of
Pixar stuff.
Pixar stuff. When you're in Radiator Springs, those gift shops are mainly the Cars themed stuff. I'm almost wondering if Disney, well, they still have the mixture problem, but then at Disney World, like there are your very spotty areas, but not as much.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. Disneyland over Disney World, but Universal over Disney. If I had to make that argument, I think Disneyland does do a little bit of a better job.
Yeah.
But like I'll give a good example even in Disneyland. When you're in Radiator Springs and you go through that pin shop up in the front by Luigi's thing,
Yeah.
it was just a pin shop and there was a million pins and it wasn't like any exclusive pins for the area or Radiator Springs that you weren't going to find in the front. I can't think of what that shop is at California Adventure, but like it was just a pin shop.
No,
It's what?
Never mind. No,
No.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like that was their designated pin shop. That it's true. Like you could probably get those Radiator Springs pins elsewhere. They still had them there. I think there was a couple of other Cars things in there, but yeah, it was mainly like their pin shop.
So, like, I do agree Disney does better on the immersive front in Disneyland. You know, look at Radiator Springs. But from a gift shop perspective, Pixar Pier had a lot of Pixar stuff that I don't know if we found in the front. But I feel like same thing. There's just, I wish there was more exclusive. There's more of a reason for me to go through the gift shop other than I'm trying to get out of the heat for a minute. And I think that's my thing. I wish I was going through and I wasn't staring at the same sweatshirts and the same mugs and the same
Yes.
tumblers at
Oh,
5
yeah.
different shops.
That gets annoying.
Yeah, it's like I want to see something different, and you don't. Like that's at least the one fun thing with the Ye Olde Christmas shop in Magic Kingdom in Florida. That Christmas shop has ornaments you don't find in Emporium. You have to go through the Christmas shop if you want to see all the ornaments. Of course, they'll have a couple of the basic ones at Emporium,
But they're got the more the specialty stuff. Just
but it's
there.
the specialty stuff at the Christmas shop, and you don't find Christmas merch like the ornament shop in any other park. Not like you do at the Ye Olde Christmas shop.
Right.
That to me is great because it's exclusive. We make sure we always hit it around Christmas time. Heck,
Except
mean,
I
we
know
hit
there's
it in
there's the
July.
Christmas one in Disney
I
Springs.
know that's what I was gonna say. I was like, there is the one in Disney.
There is
Springs, though.
there is the one in Disney Springs, but I'm talking like
in the park.
you're not going like you go to Connections, you're gonna find the same sweatshirts that you'll find in Emporium and the same sweatshirts that you're gonna find. I cannot think of the name of the gift shop in Animal Kingdom, right in the front there. But again, big gift shop right in
Yeah,
the front.
I know what you're talking
that you're
about. I
gonna
can't
find
think of
it
the
like
name.
Oh,
you're-
it's Trading Post.
Trading Post, and then you're gonna hop over to Hollywood Studios for the same thing. On it's just you're finding the same merch in 4 parks in the same way. I understand like with Disney's 50th and they were running the 50th merch, that's gonna pop up everywhere. But it's like even the generic stuff, you don't find really exclusive merch too often in Epcot that you won't find in Emporium or World of Disney.
I was gonna say
whatever.
the only
Like,
exception might be Animal Kingdom is where like you'll find.
Animal Kingdom, some of the Animal Kingdom themed stuff, but I guess that's my. You don't see that as much. So yeah, no, I wish Disney would do more individualized gift shops, and I feel like they'd sell more merch that way too. You know, if there's exclusive merch only to be found at this gift shop in the way back of
Right.
Animal Kingdom, how many people are going to Animal Kingdom to go to the way back and get that merch?
Yeah,
But if I can find it in Emporium or World of Disney, I'm going there. I'm not
Right.
going in the back of Animal Kingdom.
for sure.
So what is yours?
Mine is unique because it's a little geographically challenged, but I think it's still something I wish they would do, and I think they're finally starting to. I would like to see Disney pay more attention to Disney Springs with integration to the Disney parks and resorts. With Universal, they have City Walk. Once you go into City Walk, and again, this is where it's geographically challenged. You go through your security checkpoint at the entrance to City Walk. But once you're through City Walk, then you can literally walk to either of your Universal parks. You don't go through another security line. You don't leave the bubble. You just literally jump and go.
Isn't that the only way into Universal too?
It is.
Okay. Sorry, just wanted to make sure I
With
wasn't
Disney World, every time you walk out of a park, you walk out of that security bubble,
Oh, yeah.
which is a pain in the butt. I wish they would do a little bit more integration on a security front so that you could leave Animal Kingdom and get on a bus, knowing the bus never stopped and dropped you right back off at Hollywood Studios. If there was a way to manage that bubble better, so you didn't technically have to go back through.
Think what happens on the monorail route.
Yeah.
Every resort you get off, then you're not really going security that way, but to get back on the monorail, like say you're not, when you do the hopping around, you got to go through security every time.
Which that I get, but if you're going park to park with no stopping in the middle on a bus, why do I have to go back through the security? Like, move the bubble out. But anyways, with Disney Springs, it's kind of hard to catch a bus down to Springs. Not every resort goes to Springs. Sometimes you have to go to a different resort to get down to Springs. The busing is kind of way off to the left, and it's out on the side of Disney Springs, and the boat is far off to the right on the other side if you're going from Riverside or French Quarter. They don't really advertise it. The boat is in the back of French Quarter and Riverside. It's not like, come down to Springs, go do all this fun stuff. I just feel like Disney Springs was built for the locals. It really isn't used as much for the resort guests. And I wish that wasn't so, because City Walk does a lot of cool things. They have a lot of fun restaurants, and so does Springs. But a lot of people don't ever go to Springs because it's just not as accessible. It's not as promoted. It's not as...
Yeah, you just don't really think about Disney Springs unless you know about it.
Unless you know about it, or there's something there that you want.
Gideon's.
But like, how many fun restaurants are there that... I use a great example. You're a family of 4. You want to do a fun dinner in the parks. You do it. Great. Okay. Well, then now you're 2 adults and you want to go out for the evening, just the 2 adults. Kids are old enough to do in a park by themselves or stay in the hotel or whatever. Okay. Those 2 adults would be better served going to Disney Springs and going to one of the bars, going to one of the nice steakhouses, one of the restaurants down there. And yet, depending on the resort you're in, it's like inaccessible. It's not easy to get to. It's not, their buses don't run consistently. I just feel like there's a lot that Disney Springs can do to add to it. Like, look at the new show they put in. That was a great addition, and how absolutely packed out Disney Springs was. That's awesome. But do more things like that. I wish there was more to it, because Universal does some fun interactive stuff with City Walk because you're in front of their parks. And again, this is where I say geographically City Walk is built into their parks more than Springs is. But look at California. Disneyland is built into downtown Disney like that. And you're inside that bubble. California does it, but Florida doesn't. But I wish they did more with Springs. I know there's more that they could do, more interactive stuff that is there, but make it more accessible. That's what bothers me. Is once you get down there, it's not easy to just take a bus, get down, and take a bus and get back. The schedules run longer than they normal. They're often random pieces. You kind of get lost in Springs, not knowing how to get back there, and not every resort goes to and from.
Nice.
All right, so taking a spin around, we said Universal. Now, how about what can Universal learn from Disney rather than Disney learning from Universal? What is Disney doing better than Universal?
Character interactions, I think.
Okay.
I feel like the only place in Universal, and correct me if I'm wrong, the only people you can meet is like Seuss, like Dr. Seuss, like in Seuss Land. They got rid of the Barney area, so no more Barney, no more Bebop.
Yeah.
No more, I don't know.
They do have a Minions meet and greet.
Okay.
and
But I mean-
SpongeBob.
Okay.
And I think they still put Simpsons around.
Do they?
I don't remember.
I'm not
But, like-
sure.
That one I don't remember.
I don't know. I feel like they should do more characters, but don't ask me how. But I guess in fairness, again, going back to my Halloween spooky season, you can meet all the horror characters. They have like Megan the doll
Yeah.
walking around out there. A couple different characters. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me think about this once more.
Okay. Jen?
For me, definitely having more exclusive rides. So inclusive rides where people who are not able to go on the big, huge thrill rides, like adults, people who are not really liking those kind of rides to begin with, that there's a good happy medium. So like Disney has something for everyone, and there are those happy medium type rides compared to Universal. You're going to have like the kiddie rides in a sense, like the stuff for like the younger people. And then you're going to have your thrill rides with adults. And so I wish that there was something more of a happy medium, because for me, I don't go on the wild rides. I want something else.
No Hulk for you?
No, thank you. I can't.
No
So-
Velocicoaster?
No. So that's what I'm saying is I wish that there was more things for me there to ride.
We'll put her on the Mummy. Watch how it goes.
Oh, yeah. You got to ride the Mummy. I loved the Mummy. That was great.
I will not touch that. Thank you. I will stay here on the ground.
Okay, so you're hoping for more middle of the road rides.
Mm-hmm.
Those that are fun, maybe a little thrilling, but not like simulator crazy.
Right. Well, like look at Big Thunder
Transformers.
Mountain. Is there really anything that you can compare in Universal Studios that's like Big Thunder Mountain or Slinky Dog? Like to me, like those are your happy medium rides.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Ironically, I might
Mm-hmm.
even say Mummy.
Or even like the dark rides that are more appealing for like I don't know. But that's the thing. You're looking at the Universal rides, like Universal properties and stuff. IP.
Right, the Universal IPs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess you could say maybe Epic Universe, like the like how you get into like the
Yeah, I
the
think
r-
Epic
the ride.
Universal kind of solved that a
That'll
little
solve your
bit.
problems a little bit.
Yeah, you're start to see a few more in that, but I get what you mean. Like
Mm-hmm.
Universal definitely went with the more thrilling piece than the
Yeah.
inclusive piece, but I get what you mean. Okay.
Because there are people like that will say sometimes they have outgrown Disney, that they don't consider themselves a Disney adult, that they're not really appealing to Disney anymore. So that's why they go to Universal.
Yeah.
And there are some people that, like the families, they will split up and like the teenagers will go and the thrill ride seekers will go to Universal while like the families with younger kids will go to Disney. Because, if you're looking at it somewhat that way too, but it's just like for someone like me, there's not much for me to ride at Universal.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. I see that. Okay. I'm there.
What you got?
Mine is something that's a little bit more personal for me. And that is I wish Universal made their rides more inclusive, not in the thrill seeker sense, but in the person sense. At Disney World, I'm a bigger guy. We know this. I am not a skinny person. At Disney, I've never really had an issue riding anything in Disney World. When we were in California, I rode Incredicoaster. I rode, in Florida, I ride Rock and Roller Coaster.
You can ride Tron.
I can ride Tron. In Paris, I rode the Hyperspace Mountain and the Iron Man coaster. I've never had an issue. Go to Universal, I don't fit on a bunch of those rides. Or if I do, it's very uncomfortable. Hagrid's Motorbike is a good example of that. Or Green Gods is a good example of that.
Or Forbidden Journey.
Forbidden Journey, Hulk, you name it. I haven't tried Velocicoaster yet, but I will be willing to bet Velocicoaster. They build these rides, and I understand safety is beyond the most important thing in a ride. But if Disney can build roller coasters that go fast, that go upside down, why is it that Universal isn't able to build their structure the same way? That's what I don't get. When you ride Velocicoaster and it's fast and it's upside down and it's twirls and twists and spins, well, that Hyperspace Mountain has upside down. Rock and Roller Coaster is upside down. And Incredicoaster goes upside down. And yet I can fit on those with no issue. And there's a few people. There's one, I cannot think of his full tag. It's Fat Tested by Tony. I forget his name. Very cool guy. I love following him. But he does that where he goes around to the different rides and sees what he can fit on and what he can't. And I use that actually as a great guide when I'm going to places that I've never been to. But I really wish Universal would pay a little bit more attention to the types of ride systems that they're using and the seating systems that they're doing, because I don't believe it's prohibitive from doing any kind of particular ride, because if Disney can do it,
Right. Why aren't they?
it exists. Exactly. The system and the technology exists. There's no real reason they can't. Even if you created, some tracks, like some cars that don't and some cars that are built differently.
Well, look what they did with Tron.
Yeah, even, but like I can fit on Tron. I can
Right.
ride
No, but
Tron.
they
But
made
there are
them-
people that can't and that can sit in the back.
And they
Yes,
made it
there's
like
a
a
different right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if there's ways of going around a lot of this type of stuff that Disney has proven to us, so then Universal needs to take some notes.
Well, yeah, and like that's what I firmly believe. The technology exists. We've seen it. We've done it. And for me, I hate. Nothing is more embarrassing than when you go to get on a ride and you can't, you sit in the tester car ahead of time and you can't ride. And then you're just like sad because you can't ride it. And you're spending that much money at Universal and can't get on half the rides. It's not worth it for me to go to Universal, where if I go to Disney, I don't worry about that. There's a reason Disney doesn't put test cars in front. The only one I've ever seen them really do is Tron, but that's because it's such a unique
type of a
system.
vehicle.
You got to fit on it. But anything regular where it's just a bar coming down, you're sitting in a seat, they don't even put test cars out because they can pretty much fit
They know, well,
anyone. And it just, to me, I really wish Universal would realize this and make those corrections, because I love going to theme parks. I would absolutely have a Universal annual pass like I do Disney if I knew I was going to be able to ride stuff and do it. So
No walk of shame.
no, I wish Universal would adapt that. It's an issue. It's, if Disney can do it, why can't Universal?
I thought of one more.
Okay.
Okay. We discussed this earlier. It was the fast pass system, that the fast lane versus just like I go book my things. Like, yes, I have to pay for it still, but I pay a lot less to do a fast pass at Disney than I do at Universal.
No kidding. Universal's fast passes are expensive. Like, they are really expensive.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, like I mean,
like-
on an average day, it's like $94, $94.99 for a for an express pass, where you get to ride every ride once, and then
Both
you know,
parks too, because that's the other problem is I got to pay for two parks instead of.
Yeah, like, well,
If I
like
do
you
that-
pay for there's it's like, because like
There's different tiers.
Let me take a step back here. Universal Studios Florida, it's like $89.99, whereas Islands of Adventure, it's like $94.99 for a base level express pass, and that's a one time. You get to skip the line in every ride once, get at least to ride everything once. Then you can pay for the unlimited, and it's like $119 and $125 for the all you can ride all day. And then they
And that's
do
for a
have
day.
That's
kids.
sticker shock right there.
that is a day, yeah. And then there is a park happer. I cannot hang on. I will remember this here in a second. But on the Express Pass, the 2-park pass, yeah, it's like $135. I'm looking at my cheat sheet here. $135.99. Wow.
Ouch.
For it works in either park.
Yikes.
Yeah,
That's expensive.
it's very expensive. Now, the other caveat though to that, as a travel agent secret for all of you, if you stay in certain resorts at Universal, it comes with free Express Pass.
Oh.
What?
So it actually, what's funny is if you, let's use the family of 4 example again. Okay, a family of 4 is going to go in and they're going to do just one park for the day. We're only going to do Islands of Adventure. They want the Express Pass is $95 a person.
Yeeks.
Okay. So for a family of 4 with tax, you're well over $400. A hotel room for the night is only $350.
Is only, he says.
You're going to buy Express Pass. You're paying over $400 just to buy them to walk in the door. Or you book a hotel room for the night on a room you may or may not use. You're actually saving money on their Express Pass.
Wow.
More than once. This is
So like I spend 2 nights and I get Express night pass for 2 nights, or what do I
yes.
get for one?
No, you
Never
get
mind.
it.
Okay.
As much as you stay, you get it.
That's fine.
That's why this becomes a travel
can
agent
talk now.
secret, because depending on how it works, even if you're staying at Disney and just coming over to Universal for the day, it's crazy to say it like this, but sometimes it actually is cheaper just to book a room
That you're not even going to
that you're not even going to use and get the express pass cheaper.
Interesting.
It's a openly known secret within travel agents. Depending on when you're going, it can or cannot be cheaper. Wow. But that is something cool and unique to Universal, is that some of the resorts do come with express pass for free.
If only Disney would do this.
Somebody-
Like you stay at the
somebody's gonna come
resort
for you. I'm
you,
telling you.
you stay at the resort and you get Genie, the multi-lane pass included.
But you know,
Jeez.
Kat brings up a good point. I would love to see Universal adopt a cheaper version of this. I will say this. I would love to see Universal adopt a single lane multi-pass, like lightning lane is what I'll call it for everybody to identify. I won't do an express pass for the day, but if I have never ridden Velocicoaster, I would not be against paying $14.99 or $19.99 for a lightning lane for Velocicoaster just to say I got on it so I could finally ride it. But I don't necessarily know if I would pay the $95 for a day skip.
Yeah.
But if I knew I could get the one that I've never ridden before and I want to ride, that would be worth it. But Universal doesn't really have that. It's an all or nothing. It is ridiculously expensive, and I think that's where Universal should learn from Disney and come up with a cheaper plan. But in its own argument, because it is so expensive, I bet you those lines are never, ever getting long. Like, how many people a day are spending $100 on a ticket and $125 on an express
Which is
pass?
true.
So
It
does
might be
that-
their way of being able to not have those really long lines, and you're getting. What
I mean,
you
how
paid
many
for.
how many times in Disney do you complain with Genie Plus that the line for Genie Plus is as long or longer than the actual line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it's not, but you're paying for the privilege basically. Interesting thought.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know it's all crazy, but Universal's Express Pass always blows my mind because it's just how freaking expensive it is.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
it's insane.
I mean, you think about an average ticket, just like with Disney, you're somewhere between 100, 150, depending on the day and park and all that. But let's say on the low end, let's say 100, a family of four, that's $400. The single skips express lane, $95.
That by
You
times
double
that many.
Yeah, you doubled your ticket price. You
What?
just spent $800 in a day.
Oh my god, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you just said if I book the right hotel.
You might get it. Yeah, but you're still
Talk
spending
to a travel
$350.
agent.
So I mean, you are still
I
spending.
mean, we're still breaking.
You're
breaking out
saving
even
money,
there.
but you're not saving
Not
like.
enough.
No,
You just bought yourself.
because
a
remember, a
meal.
hotel doesn't include park tickets; it just includes the express pass.
Yeah.
So you might get the express pass a little cheaper, but you're still paying your park tickets. So you might spend $725 instead of $800. Still a savings, but we're not talking like extra days on your trip savings type thing, unless they're running a promo. But Universal does run promos on those too. Stay in this room X amount of nights, get it for free on this, or stay for this, get the free this. Like just like with Disney and stay with Disney and get a free dining plan type thing. Like
All right, Mr. Travel Agent, I have another question that's gonna drive you bananas. Disney, the more nights I stay,
Yes.
the cheaper my plan.
Yes.
Is it the same with Universal? The more days I
Yes.
stay. Okay.
Yeah. The
The
more days
I stay.
more
the
days you
cheaper
stay,
we
the
get.
cheaper your tickets get. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
A 3-day, 3-park ticket is going to be cheaper than a 1-day, 1-park ticket.
Cool.
In the per ticket costs.
Thanks for teaching me.
Yeah, I will say this. I personally think Universal stepped up their stuff in the last 5 years, we'll say, and I think they're beating Disney on a lot of fronts. I think Disney is chasing their coattails on a bunch of things. Hence why you see Epic Universe pop up, and now we're seeing Villains Land pop up. And so I really hope that Disney does take some of these. And it's not just us. These are opinions that are shared by a lot of Disney goers. And of course, people are on here. You absolutely could think we're wrong, could absolutely think we're right. And leave a comment below and let us know if you think we're right or we're wrong on this. Or if you think there's something totally different that you experience that we don't. We go to both. We do both. We experience both. We know both. But of course, Disney is the love of our hearts more than anything else. But it is just interesting to kind of compare the two and see who's doing what. Any final thoughts?
No, I think we went over a lot of good things, compared, contrasted, and everything.
Okay. Well, like I said, make sure to leave us a comment below. Let us know something you think we were right about or wrong about, or something that you experienced that you think Disney or Universal should be doing from each other that we didn't name. We always love to hear more feedback. Of course, it's been mentioned a couple of times, but don't forget, hit up RJT Travels. If you guys do have any travel needs, we are a Universal certified company too, fully trained and up on that, so we can sell Universal. As you guys are starting to think about Epic Universe next year, hit us up. We can definitely get talking about packages and things with that. And of course, if you're ever thinking Disney as well, we do full Disney Cruise Line, Disneyland, Disney World, Disney Paris, you name it. We do it in the Disneyland too. So either way, hit us up. We're always there to help and get you guys where you need to go and what you need to do. Hit subscribe on this video. Make sure to hit like on this video and make sure you're getting all of our alerts for all our new videos. We're always popping up new content and coming up with some fun new things here. So thanks for sticking with us tonight and hanging out. And hopefully you guys learned a few things and had a few laughs. And we'll see you guys here next time.
Thank you for listening to the Castle to Castle podcast. Make sure you check out our social media and visit us online at www.castle2castle.com.